It's Week 12 of the 2025 season, and our focus is on the Lions' leader at quarterback. Your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Lions and the Bears, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 23.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today our coverage kicks off with a good one here between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. The beat goes on, doesn't it? A perfect 10-0 to start the campaign.
And it's a good locker room to be in, too. Guys don't show up on game day hoping to win. They expect to win. And so far, they've yet to have a letdown.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. On second down, here's the option. He has enough for the first down on the keeper, a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 6.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But
Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do. I have the turkey bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and they come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading remember the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. From the gun, here's Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now Fields. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it in just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 3rd and 2, Fields. His pass caught at the 4. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
Off play action, Fields toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Montgomery will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1.
Holding, offense.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Here's the option, running right. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Fields. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
And his kick is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well. So your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, Jennings. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Roquan Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Jennings. And that will be incomplete. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Bears take over. You see David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive. At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season, but Some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look at this and go, you know, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just 4.
A victory lap. Well, they also used to walk uphill to school both ways.
In the snow.
In the snow.
Blizzards.
Milk was 5 cents. Hey, but he's having a great year, not to take anything away from him. On first down, Fields. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Fields. There's Beckham, great grab. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. First catch there for OBJ, and that good for a first down.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Here's Fields. And that is incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Fields throwing again. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. On 3rd down, Jennings flush to his right. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The escapability and evidence there as that one good for 15 in the first.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jennings. He's going to get that to Swift underneath, and they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Off play action. Jennings. He'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Complete to DeAndre Swift. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
3-0 after one on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line.
To throw on 3rd down, Jennings. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Dances by him. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Here's Swift. Oh, good move. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. They run. It's Oliver. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense. Countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Jennings. And it's caught. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
A short game that doesn't get on the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. Fields now to throw. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fields being chased out left. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. From his goal line here, Fields. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they've played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order.
13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Second down and 3, ball on the 7. Back to throw. Jennings. He's got it. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down.
A 7-yard gain. That's another Detroit Lions 1st down.
Here's a carry for Oliver. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. His 4th rushing touchdown of the year, his 5th overall. And the Lions have moved out in front. They go I formation, fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you're playing on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
Fields. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Lions will take over. So here are the Lions to take over. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. On 1st and 10, Jennings. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots.
And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Bears offense ready to get going again. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. Fields to Mooney for the Chicago first.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running left, Montgomery. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
To throw is Fields.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Back to throw, Fields.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On first down, it's Fields.
Caught left side. It's Beckham. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. To throw again on second down. Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. Throwing again is Fields. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
And he missed it. It's no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jennings. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Remember on their last drive, they had that pass play for a touchdown. Here they come out firing again. This play's not quite as good in the end result, but still good enough for a quick first down.
Throwing on first down. Jennings. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Quickly to Hockenson. And he's going to have a first down and they get in the field goal range here at the 29.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Back to throw again. Got his man. It's Williams.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Hockenson. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw again. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks so much. We'll get back to you and Charles in Detroit in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at what's following our 2 games later today. Some great games still to come. And I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there, as they'll take on the always tough Green Bay Packers. Lots to look forward to in the late afternoon window as well. One being a late start in Foxborough, where it'll be the Patriots taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. And finally, Monday Night Football. They've got a good one lined up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Fields it right around the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd and 4. Here's a handoff to Swift.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jennings. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. They'll rifle this one deep right side. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit, give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jennings. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up fourth. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 21.
Now Fields. Locates Mooney on the out route.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery.
We'll get this to about the 38.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Read option. Here's Montgomery.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here's Fields. That's complete to Mooney.
And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is brought in at the 21. 35 yards that time on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And Detroit getting set to go now. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a dump off here complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
On the run, it's Oliver. And he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
That's a gain of 3.
They run it here with Oliver. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. This offense, #1 in the NFL in picking up 1st downs, and their run game got them another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up 1st downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Off the play fake, Jennings. This one caught. It's the tight end Hockenson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off play action, Jennings. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 27. On 2nd down, Swift. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Jennings. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
They get the USC man, Elijah Vera Tucker.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Operating from the gun, Jennings. And in for the Lions touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown from 17 yards out as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Elliott on for the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Over the middle, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, Fields. Forced out to his left. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Fields. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. From just shy of midfield, Fields. He completes it to Beckham. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 31-yard line. Fields. Looking, and it's out. He put it on the carpet. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Swift. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Back to throw. Jennings. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
This is taken at about the 14. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Onto the field now come the Bears. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. On first down, it's Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Back to throw, Fields. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 25-yard line. Fields throw complete there to Beckham. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Fields leaving. Oh, it springs free. Montgomery loses it. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
1st and 10 and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Jennings. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 40-yard line.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 60 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the fourth quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
They'll run on 1st down. Oliver. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
At the 47-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
They go again with Oliver. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A 1-yard pickup brings
On 3rd down, Jennings. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And here now the punter, Fox, as he sends this one away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Fields on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 3rd and 2, Fields. And that is incomplete. There's Sam Martin now, standing just about on his own goal line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. They go back to the ground, this time Swift. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. On the handoff, this is Swift. And some room to maneuver. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the 1st quarter. But 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you said baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that, and the bats start blazing, right?
I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for Detroit, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Bears, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.
Detroit.